explain what we're doing?
I almost don't even know what we're doing. We're testing a new product.
Okay.
For Kong.
Well, right now we're not. We're doing some baseline.
We're doing some baselines so that we can do a test. And I almost don't even know necessarily what he's bringing me. I kind of get gists of it, but he asked me if he wanted to test it, and I said yes, so we're testing.
Okay.
So, this is Joey's car, obviously. Who wants to get gapped? Who wants to race a four-door?
I do.
Who? No? Scared.
I'm actually surprised you were doing it with Joey's car because we never really show a whole lot of numbers with it. So we don't really.
It's the best car to do it with is the problem. And this thing, you know, so it's like a true comparison. I mean, this thing is a full max effort LSA build. I mean, this thing's been 149 mile an hour boost only, and it's a full weight car. I mean, there's not one thing taken out of it for weight, besides wheels. So other than that, it's a stout setup, so it's a good test comparison. 416 cubic inch, Ford LS9 heads. Cam's not big in it. We'll see.
I like his new steering wheel, by the way. I think it's sick.
Yeah, I think Lori and Kevin got him that for his birthday.
I think it's pretty sick.
It's funny, I was pretty close on my guess, but I just dynoed it with a nitrous tune that was in here, and made 818.
And nitrous tune obviously is going to have less
timing. Yeah. And I guessed 846. What it would make boost only. We never really have this thing on the dyno. We kind of just play with it on the street.
It's been like 2 years.
And I said 846 and it just made 850. So yeah, I'm not terribly far off. I'm gonna like tune this, and then we're gonna put the other blower on and whatever Greg wants us to do, and then I'm gonna tune that. You know what I mean? So this thing, like, I have different files for this thing, for the street versus the track, with like how power comes in and all that. So I'm just gonna dyno it, you know, and we have different timing ramps for the street and the track and like that. So I'm just gonna see how much we can get it to make.
Because you know people are gonna be like, oh, well, you just made it make less to show a difference.
I am not. I don't give a about that. It's not my style.
We don't know if it's going to make more or less. I mean, we're hoping the next blower makes more. And unfortunately, we can't go from one tune to not tuned on the new blower. It's just not possible. It's just not how it works.
I mean, this thing makes a lot of steam for an LSA blower. I mean, it just made 850.
Yeah.
Through an auto, like that's...
There's one full E in it, too.
It's like 78% E, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of power for an LSA. I mean, there's not a lot of V's that'll make that boost only.
Pretty reliable too. I mean, he beats on this thing.
Oh God, this thing's been together for Hold on, I'll tell you in a second after I'm done flashing.
It was one of the first
I
cars
just
I
looked
tried.
at when he got this car because I was looking up a file for something and all the dates are in there. And I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, it sucks also not showing a lot of the numbers because I know he grudge races and that's his big thing, but this is one of the faster ones out there, so to not be able to show numbers and times.
He first got this thing, I assume, since we're very good friends and we live in the same neighborhood, I think I tuned this thing like a couple days after he got it, which was October 25th of 2015.
Okay.
So almost 4 years.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to take it off the dyno. Eric's going to take the blower off, get it ready for Greg's blower.
Here you go.
Alright, Eric, I'll check back with you when you got that off. I don't really need to film this process.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
Okay.
All kinds of
I'll film when Greg gets here.
stuff under his hood.
Here he comes, muscling it in.
Be able to do any class races, was it?
Said lightweight.
See what you got. There it is.
So this is a prototype. Is this like the first one?
Yeah, it's the first LSA to get installed.
Nice.
On your same pulley combo, how was boost compared?
So you can't go quite as small with this hub because of the way it's like the LT5 bearing basically. It's got a little bit bigger hub. So the smallest for the LS9 is going to be a 245.
Okay.
I think I'm actually going to get Grip Tech to make me a 240 stainless, but that's it.
I mean, compared to that, I mean, it's,
Looks the same.
And
yeah,
I
it's crazy.
think I pegged the map sensor on my car.
all right, I'm
It
gonna
only reads 20
start getting this going.
4 more pounds, at least 3 to 4 more pounds on a slightly bigger. I was on a 220 before. Yeah.
So we were just on 15 pounds.
Made like 14.8 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a 91255.
This is a 1900. Don't forget you're going from a 1900 now.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Get over there.
Yeah. So maybe even more.
yeah. So like
Bigger pulley,
You mean
do we?
with this bolt right here, like,
I brought pulleys.
Oh, okay.
Basically done. It doesn't really fit with the ZL1.
God, these things swell up and suck.
What are you doing here, Eric?
Swap the valley cover bolt.
It's the only modification you need to do.
Yep.
So you just basically for an LS9.
So all you have to do is take off the valley cover bolts.
A 2650 onto like an LT car, like onto like an LT4. You know.
Yeah.
Pull out her hands. Let's watch the harnesses. Yep.
I'm good. You can come back. You come forward more. There you go. It's got to come forward more still.
Right.
I guess there's no dowels or whatever on it. Oh yeah, it's right. Good right
Right there. That's it.
You can spin it as fast as you want.
Yeah.
What was the other
There isn't
thing?
really
And the
much.
112 actually fits. So like it's on the LS9 snout. I put that bolt pattern, but if you bolt a 112 on there, it doesn't fit under the hood. So I'm gonna have to make some sort of adapter if I even want it to work. On here, you can bolt the 112 on there and it fits under the hood. No, like nothing.
I believe it. I mean, that's.
Did you grease those O-rings?
Yeah.
Because mine were pretty tight putting them in.
Yeah, I just had them in, but then I couldn't get them to
Push down on the rail.
keep hitting that rear harness right there. I can't. I can't. If you need anything, Greg, you just go in my box.
Nah, that's alright.
I like it that it fits with this. It's badass. That's why first thing I asked Fran last night about the nitrous. He's like, it'll work with the lid.
But a clutch and throttle position activation.
I answered just enough questions for Fran.
belt or something.
Well, like I figure if anything, you might need to go smaller on an idler to make up for.
You know?
3. It's on top, I believe.
So what pulley we starting with?
The 3.
For sure.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Actually, it's 2 gaskets. It's punched out, so if you have a 90mm throttle body, it'll still fit. But if you have a 102, it's like a perforated thing, and you just punch it out. And judging by the boost line on this graph, I'm going to say that was a lot of power.
Don't click it yet. Let me
Because
get
it
this.
made 21.5 pounds.
Alright, I'm going 970.
I think it broke 1,000.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Alright, don't click it until I get there.
Well, you could click.
Alright, I'll click it. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Holy sh**.
I was right.
Damn. Holy sh**.
1,003.
Whole 933 torque.
Made like 21.5 pounds.
Damn, so we're on a bigger pulley than before.
Way bigger. It was,
It was a 255 upper,
now it's a 3-inch.
3-inch upper. So the blower's spinning less, but it's making more boost.
Significantly less, which will be good for like heat.
Yeah.
Like that. 265 is next size pulley.
Are we going down? Are you even going to go down? I don't think we're going to need to.
Nah, we won't. We won't do that.
Holy
Sweet.
dude. So from 15 and a half to 21 and a half, basically. That's pretty efficient.
Only change is the blower.
Yeah.
That's it. Literally nothing else.
So he's not even going to need the nitrous.
No.
No, that's why we said the problem is now Joey's just going to call everybody out boost only.
I mean, I would.
Dude, this thing's gonna be sick.
Holy
I mean, that blower's the real deal, man.
damn. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting high 9s.
Nah, well look, you can see last night, like whatever with the other belt and idler that we had, the boost was falling off like up top over like 6,000, and then purple or whatever you want to call it is boost.
Right.
So once I saw it like keep climbing all the way up, I was like, I knew it made good power.
Damn.
Don't have, it's only got
20 degrees.
Yeah, 19 degrees up, like way high.
Are you gonna push it anymore?
Yeah, I'm gonna play with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what it can do. You
That was
know,
the first like real pull. He only had
yeah,
one.
well, we had two,
Yeah,
like
I mean, that
two
was it
last
from,
night.
967, I think it made last night.
Yeah, you weren't here, but
Yeah.
You were messing with it late at night.
so here, 7 o'clock was our first pull. So this was the final on his stock, well, on his LSA blower, and I made a short pull last night from the first pull, and so obviously you could see our reaction. It was up 100.
Like 3,000.
Yeah, like way early. Then I made one more, which made 954, and I took some timing out of it just because it's, you know, I don't want to leave the same timing in it for that much more cylinder pressure. So that's why it made, you know, 25 less than it did on the first pull. But still, it made 954 and 921. So it was up about 100 so far. And then I made, no, not that pull. This pull. Let me go back to that. Yeah, then we made this one, you know, made 957 or whatever, but you could see it fell off at the end because we had to make the belt work, and it obviously didn't work. So
This morning
we got a different belt and a different idler and made it work, and then we had that.
first pull of the day.
Yeah. So you can see, I mean, it must have started slipping like here because it's up, you know, significantly everywhere. Even like here where peak was last night, it's up about 20 something, no, about 30 actually. About 30 at that point. Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure this is full max effort LSA versus just the bolt-on deal from Kong. Literally changed nothing but the blower and the pulley, obviously. But we went to a bigger pulley.
Right.
We went to a 3-inch pulley as opposed to a 255. So blower speed is way down compared to what it was. So heat is going to be significantly better on this blower than it is the other blower. I have all that data though. I saved the logs from all the stock blower pulls and this blower pull. So we'll compare AITs at the end of it. I text Greg. I said first pull today with a good belt. He said, "Oh."
Alright, so that was the next pull. Pretty consistent. 1,006, 945 torque. Not bad.
No, AITs are really good too. Like on that pull, it started out at 82, ended at 109.
Okay.
On the old blower, it started, on one of the pulls, started out at 88 and ended, I think, at like 144.
Okay.
I'll pull up the other logs once we're done and compare them and stuff. But so that's a 60-degree increase to where this is 20 and some change.
And it's maybe 5 degrees warmer today than it was yesterday, so about the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's pretty stout. I mean, right now we're at 146 horsepower increase over the old blower.
Yeah.
And the old blower was, don't like it, it was a full max effort LSA. I mean, it made 860,
Yeah.
which this car, full weight, I mean, I don't know exactly what it weighs, but the only thing that's weight reduction is the wheels. But then it has a nitrous bottle, an ice tank, like, other than that, I mean, it's full weight, and it trapped 149, so it's not, there's nothing to disagree about that it was a full max effort LSA that made power. I mean, it's a pretty bad bitch. I mean,
that's the thing. People a lot of times compare dyno numbers. Well, if we're on the same dyno comparing the same number, there's nothing to dispute.
Yeah, and I'm not comparing like a stock LSA to a 2650 because clearly that would get destroyed. I mean, it was the best of the best of what you could buy for an LSA, like a V or a ZL1 before, to now the best of the best that you can buy.
Right.
So that's pretty stout. The heartbeat is really the only upgrade, and I don't think really too many people have done them and made any power. Like, I know there's a couple people that have done like 4-liter Whipples and shit, but none of them fit under the stock hood. Like, this takes the stock lid. Like, literally, Greg brought a case, and we took all the Joey's blower, put it on this, and bolted it back on, and that was it.
Never know by looking under the
No, literally you can't even tell. You literally can't tell that there's a different blower on here.
The only thing you can tell is behind the throttle body, there's that little
logo up on the top. Yeah.
That's it.
I'm gonna see if this thing wants a little more timing. It's not getting any knock or anything, so we'll see.
Okay.
I don't think I'll leave it like that at the track. I'll just tune it at the track, but we'll see if it'll take another degree.
You're at what, max 20 before?
I'm at 20 right now. After 6,300, it comes down to 19 and a half.
Okay.
But I mean, I ramp it in low. It starts at 12 and then 16 and a half. Like, it ramps up just because I think it would blow the tires off if I had 20 degrees down low.
Yep.
In reality, I could probably get this thing to make a lot more torque than it is, but it would probably not really be all that usable.
Right.
1010. That torque's insane too.
You didn't have to roll into it that slow.
Damn, that guy just straight up, this is what you don't do at the track, you don't double bowl people.
all possible.
Your face is gorgeous.
That's great. Nuts, boost only.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. Holy, I thought that thing was like
Nuts.
Yeah.
You're getting all the sauce every time we race.
I was like, please shift good, because if I don't, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die. Did you have to go in 5th?
No, I didn't go.
Really?
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's
I got it.
badass. That's something to be proud of there, gentlemen.
I know there's all sorts of speculation on the new Kong 2650 versus old LSA, LS9, etc. But I have the facts. So people that want to speculate one blower versus the next, whether it's going to do this or do that, etc., we have a perfect comparison on a car. The car's been on dyno a bunch of times, but I always like to do fresh baselines, especially when you're trying to state some facts to people, because then they'll be like, oh, it was blah, 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 you know, whatever. They'll come up with any excuse to, you know, get rid of the facts. So we put my buddy Joey's car. It's 416, you know, Texas Speed 416, ported advanced induction LS9 heads, has full ported blower on it, 102 throttle body, R5-inch intake, ZL1 lid. Car's been together for a while, runs good. So we put it back on the dyno just to see what it would make again, boost only. I never really tried getting a number out of that car on the dyno just because we always played with it at the track and on the street, so I didn't really care what it made. But in order for us to do some testing and some facts, I needed some data. So we put it on the dyno, ended up making 860. Same day, we pulled it off the dyno. Greg came down, we swapped blowers, which was very simple. It's literally just like pulling the stock blower off and putting the stock one back on. Everything went right on, like we literally didn't have any issues. It had car had a ZL1 lid on it. We put the ZL1 lid back on Kong's blower, put the 102 throttle body on, air intake fit back on, like literally had no fitment issues whatsoever. Then put it on the dyno and tuned it like that. And on the LSA blower, we have a 9.1 lower and a 2.55 upper. And the old setup, I think, made like right around 15 pounds of boost. Then when we put the Kong blower on, we put a 3-inch pulley on it. So we're spinning the blower a lot slower than we were the LSA blower. Kong blower made almost 21 pounds of boost. So it picked up about 6 pounds of boost. And mind you, we're spinning it way slower. Picked up 6 pounds of boost. Picked up about 150 horsepower. The car ended up making 1010 with the Kong blower. So then the following day, 2 days later, we took it to the track. And I have, earlier, I said that I think the car went 149 boost only with the LSA blower. It did not. That was a lie. I think it went 147. Joey has a time stamp I think he's going to send to me. But the one data log I have that I'm comparing, the car went 955 at 146.56 with the LSA blower. So we're going to do the best pass that he ever made with the LSA versus the best pass that he ever made with the Kong 2650. And I have data logs of both, so I'm going to show you scans of both. As far as air intake temperatures, whatever you want to look at, because I know a lot of people are saying, is a stock lid and brick gonna cool the 2650 because it's such a bigger blower, etc. But what you have to understand is that you're spinning the bigger blower significantly slower, so it's going to produce less heat and be way more efficient than spinning the small blower real fast. And I have good data to show you that. First, we're going to start with his LSA blower. I just have him pulled up on both my monitors. We're going to start on his LSA blower. So, start of the pull, down here you see AIT2s are 57 degrees. This is a full quarter mile pass. We launched this car in second gear, so it's second, third, and fourth gear. Then at the end of the run with his LSA blowers, AIT2s are 127. So this is a car at the track. It has an ice box and stuff in the back, and we put like a bag and a half or 2 bags of ice in it and make a pass. And we did that for both of these. So you got to figure it started at 57. I'll do some math here, and ended at 127. So I mean, I don't even need to do math on a calculator. That's 70. So it increased 70 degrees, which is not bad. So here is the Kong 2650. Started out at 54 degrees, so 3 degrees colder than the LSA, which you can see here, which is obviously a very good comparison. 3 degrees, no difference, and ended at 117. So it ended, 10 degrees colder basically, and started 3 degrees colder. So 54 to 118, you know what I mean? That's 54. That's 64 degrees. So, and essentially, you can call it about the same, but it's actually 6 degrees colder on the end of the run, overall wise, on the 2650 than it was with the LSA. So that is all the info that you kind of need on how hot this thing's going to get, whether it performs, etc. So that's good. I mean, you have to think. We're spinning it slower. It made 6 more pounds of boost, which more boost will create more heat. And it was a overall difference between quarter-mile runs of, difference, I should say, from start to finish, 6 degrees colder. So, that's killer data right there. Even if it was the same, 6 degrees is not really all that much. It's the same, but it's not going to be hotter than an LSA. It's just simple physics. Generally, when you're spinning a blower harder, it's just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. So we were very pleased with this. The first 2 passes, you'll see. First pass, Joey just rolled into it, a little less aggressive than I wanted him to. It was a very slow, like a 1.8 60 foot. I think I have his time steps on my phone. A 1.7660, which is the slowest thing on earth. And it went a 661 at 116 in the eighth, and it went 993 at 149. Like I said, when he rolled into it, I don't think he floored it until 400 feet out. So, whatever. At first pass, I was like, whatever. You need to do better. So, next pass, he went up. He rolled into it more aggressively. But still, rolling into it. Didn't floor it or anything yet, because we're just trying to get some data, work on it, see everything is good. And it went 940 at 153.3, this time with a 156.60. And it went 617 at 119 in the eighth, almost 120, 119.96. So that was good. We're very happy with that. That was, a new best boost only for him. So then the next pass, I played around with timing table just because I wanted to get it to leave with him under full throttle. So next pass, I just told him, I said, go up there, stab it. Let's see if it goes down the track. It's fun. So then I changed it and put it in again, and this time it went down the track. $136.60, and this is leaving in second gear. $136.60, 590 at 120 to the eighth, and it went 913 at 153.59, or 152.59. And so the best mile an hour day was almost 154 on one of his other passes. But then on this pass, it went 152.59, which is still good. We're actually going to go get my scales out. I'm going to weigh the car. Joey said he weighs 200, 195 or something like that. So we're going to weigh the car and see how much it weighs, because the car has like nothing taken out of it as far as weight besides like wheels. But then it has an ice tank in the back packed with, 20 pounds of ice and water or whatever. So the car is basically full weight. There's nothing taken out of the car as far as that goes. It's not a race car. He drove it to the track this day. So it's not a race car by any means. We literally came to my shop in the morning. We got in the cars. We all drove to the track, ran all day, and left. So we're gonna. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be, with him in it, 45 and some change is my guess. So we're gonna go out there in the shop, put the scales on it, and then we'll just add his weight into it, and then see what it does. But as far as the data, that's about as good as you can get. I had a little less timing in the car with the 2650 that I did with the LSA. I had like 22 degrees in it with the LSA blower, and I only have about 19 and a half, 20 degrees in it with the 2650. Both ethanol contents are virtually the same. With the 2650, it's 77%, and with the LSA, it's 20 or 74.5%. So 3% ethanol ain't going to make a difference. Other than that, that's I'm not sure what other data you guys would want, because I know a lot of people saying that it would get hot and how you're going to cool it, etc. And 6 more pounds of boost and cooler AITs, I'm not really sure, and 150 more horsepower. I'm not really sure what more you could ask for there. But I'm going to go get my scales and stuff out of the trailer. We're going to weigh this thing. We're going to see what it does. See what the hell it weighs.
I want to put in a guess.
I said 4,500, but I'll say 45. Well, without him in it.
He's what, 200 pounds?
He said he's 195. Yeah, okay. So 200 pounds. I'm going to guess 43.85.
Oh, I'm going 44.80.
Without him?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it's closer to 45. Matt?
I think it's closer to 45 too, probably.
Whatever. I got my scales on there, little ramps. It's zeroed out. It weighs nothing right now.
Okay. Oh, it's like Bluetooth?
Zero. Yeah, they're all wireless and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, looks pretty good to me.
Look at that.
Stop that thing right on the dime.
What did I say?
43.85.
What? I didn't say anything.
I said 44.80.
You guys are all too heavy.
Really?
43.10 plus him 200.
Okay.
So it's 4,500 pounds.
Let me get a better shot of this here.
I can screenshot it too. Save it.
Hey, I'm surprised it's pretty close to 50.
It's fucking nose heavy.
Yeah.
No, it's 47 in the rear, so it's 53 in the front. Which, in a solid axle car, is what you want. IRS car, you want that reversed, actually. You want 53 on the rear and 47 in the front.